I have a code. Now I'll try to explain this code so that you understand uh, at least some aspects of Java generics boundary types. So you have, sorry, I have, or we have a class A and a class B that extends it. Now we have a class C that implements interface X. Also we have a class D that extends A and implements interface X, and a class E that implements interface X and Y, and a class F that is implementing interface Y and X. The order is different. These two classes literally mean the same, as Java don't care about ordering. But still, there will be no error. Uh, so now class G extends A and implements X and Y. Okay. Now what we're trying here is trying to create a generic class, that is class GA, that the type parameter t is extend A and B. Now see, A is a class that is not extending anyone, and B is also a class. But after this ampersand or this AND operator, Java expects actually an interface. So as it expects interface, so that's why there is an error. In the same way, here X and A, as you can see, the interface is before the ampersand, and A is a class, and that's why here he is expecting some interface to be here, and that's why there is an error. And in the third line of class declaration of generic class, as you can see, GA is a class, and the type parameter that is extending A and implementing, or that is it is expecting a class that extends A and also implements interface X. So, and the ordering is good because actually, what is the main reason uh, that Java is giving error on this line and not giving error on this line? The reason for that is, as you can see, Java does not support multiple inheritance. That means you cannot extend more than one class, but you can implement more than one interface, and that's why, to make sure that you are not extending more than one class, you have to mention the class name first of all. Uh, so if there is any class that is extending, so if there is any class that needs to be extending by the type that will be passed whenever we create the generic class A, that is GA, so we have to pass something like that. So as you can see, class GB is extending X and Y. So X and Y is literally two interfaces. There is no class, so there is no issue with it. And GC, generic class C, is extending three interfaces. So there is also no problem with that. So if there is any class, you have to mention it first and then the interfaces. Okay. Now we are trying to instantiating the classes, the generic classes. First of all, we try with the class B for generic class A, but generic class A is extending A. It is expecting some class or some type that extends A class and also implements the uh, X interface. Now, as class B only extends A, it does not implement the interface X. That's why it's invalid to instantiate or trying to instantiate with this. So we cannot make an instance of this class. So also the same case with C, it is actually only implementing class A but not extending it is implementing interface X but not extending classes. So that's why it is also giving us error. So D is a class that is compatible with generic class A or the type T that is expecting. So D class is extends A, the A class, and implements X. So that's why we can go with it. And in the same way, the generic class GB, as you can see, it is having the class parameter passed as E that is implementing X and Y. And as you can see, GB, it extends X and Y. That means we just need this particular thing. So we are instantiating this particular GB or generic class D in the same way generic class D with F. F is also implementing X and Y. So that's pretty much it. And GC, for GC, if we want to instantiate with any of the bound, any of the class, then we may have to create a class, for example, class I that implements X, Y, Z, and then trying to uh, let's say GC and with I. So GC equals new GC with I. So let's try to compile it. So ls our okay. So Java left 16.4.java. Okay. So as you can see, it compiled successfully. So there is no error. I hope you understand it very well. Let me know in the comment section below uh, that if you faced any problems or if you don't understand anything out there.